Steve, you owe it to science to continue...
To continue something I didn't start.
He's so boring. This is one of the most boring superhero movies I've ever seen in my life. Nothing happens. Reb Brown delivers a performance so low-key it's almost like he's on horse tranquilizers. Throughout the entire film, the guy never so much as even raises his voice. How can you do that? How can you get Reb Brown in a movie and not let him do what he does best? That's what you hire the man for! It's like putting Hugh Grant in a movie and not have him stammer and blink rapidly. It's also funny how it doesn't really seem like the serum did anything to Steve. The dude was already massive before the injection. It'd be like Lou Ferrigno playing both David Banner and the Hulk and not even bothering with the green body paint. Well, the bad guys decide to dispense with the whole make it look like an accident thing and kidnap him with a silenced revolver, which I'm pretty damn sure is impossible. They take him to a meatpacking plant because... fuck it. Steve's got super strength now, so he beats the bad guys up. Okay, I lied again. He tosses one guy into another and then just runs off and hides so he can throw pork at them from the shadows. And, I know you're not going to believe this because, I have a hard time believing it, and just to make sure, I went back and watched it again to count, but, that was the only fight scene in the entire movie. And it never seems to occur to anyone to interrogate the captured thugs to find out, who sent them or why, nor do the repeated attempts on Steve's life prompt him to seek any kind of government protection. In fact, all he wants to do is keep whining about how he wants to be an artist.
Sensational. Can I keep it?
In the meantime, Dr. Mills keeps trying to win Steve over into becoming a crime fighter, this time by showing him all the cool toys he'd get to play with, like a super van with a hidden rocket-launching stealth motorcycle in the back. Ah, yes, remember Captain America's trademark panel van and motorcycle? I bet even Batman doesn't have a bat van. Oh, and how can you have Captain America without his vibranium steel alloy shield? I mean his flimsy plastic shield!
It's bulletproof. And a rather deadly weapon.
No, it isn't. It weighs 12 ounces tops. A fucking chihuahua could catch that thing and run off with it. Well, at least it proudly represents the colors of the United States. Red, transparent, and blue.
Why don't you try it out, see what it can do?
Meanwhile, the evil Mr. Brackett has found the microfilm, kidnapped the lovely scientist, and finished his neutron bomb, rigging it to a dead man switch hooked to a heart monitor. So if he dies, the bomb detonates. And this finally stirs Steve into action.
You're going to need something to protect you on that bike anyway. Why not make it a disguise? Something that'll make it impossible for them to remember or even recognize you at all.
You gotta be kidding. This is my drawing.
Why not? It's perfect. They ridiculed your father, remember? Called him Captain America and finally murdered him. Be Captain America, Steve. Jam Captain America down their throats. And at the same time, protect yourself.
Well, it's about fucking time. You know what? Here's a game for you folks at home. See if you can guess how long it is in this movie before you actually see Captain America in full costume fighting crime. Just ballpark it within, let's say, 5 minutes or so. You ready? 74 minutes. You wait an hour and 14 minutes before you see the title character in a fucking superhero movie. You weren't waiting this long for the hero to emerge in fucking Unbreakable. And of course the costume just looks awful. The zip-back Lycra jumpsuit is bad enough, but the worst part by far is the inclusion of a blue motorcycle helmet with white wings and an A painted on it, which is just wrong. And of course the costume is absolutely essential for concealing Steve's identity from villains, which is why the only thing covering his face is a pair of completely transparent goggles. Well, Cap attacks the refinery, but the villain's already left, so he interrogates his scientist henchman to find out what his evil plan is.
What's he going to do? Tell me.
He's got the bomb! The neutron bomb!
What's he going to do with it?
No, that's not how you do it. You do it like this.
Tell me where the bomb is!
They find out that Brackett's plan is to rob a gold repository in Phoenix, Arizona for $1.4 billion in gold bricks by destroying the entire city with his neutron bomb.
But why? Brackett is no mad dog killer. He is after something.
What?
But why? Brackett is no mad dog killer. He is after something.
Ah, well, he sounds like the picture of mental health. He's about to nuke Phoenix, you fucking Nimrod! This is really one of the stupidest supervillain plans I've ever heard in my life. How exactly does he plan to steal and transport $1.4 billion in gold bullion? Radioactive gold bullion, actually. Where in the fucking world would he be able to hide after dropping a neutron bomb on the United States of America? Who would take his money? Where could he possibly spend it? Who would want it? The guy would be the most universally loathed, despised, and hunted criminal and mass murderer in American history. It makes Goldfinger's plan look positively brilliant. And subtle. So the elusive Robert Denby loads his Tripolitine into a truck and curls up with a good book, while Ben Murphy plays the unwitting driver pawn and Dr. Hale falls along secretly from his helicopter. Oh man, I wish I was watching Riding with Death right now. That movie made so much more sense. Okay, so Cap jumps onto the truck, and instead of just beating up the villain like, you know, a superhero, he bends the truck exhaust pipe to flood the cargo compartment with smoke. Unfortunately, the toxic fumes cause the guy to asphyxiate, and he starts to die. This leads to the dramatic climax of the film, where our brave hero, a former Marine who doesn't know any form of first aid, has to call his boss in to administer CPR while he stands to one side looking completely useless.
He's breathing easier now, that's all right.
And then it's over! You know, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm upset, but I kind of am. You know, this is the first really, really bad, unsalvageable Reb Brown movie I've ever seen. I mean, it completely wastes the guy. I guess I just can't believe how badly they dropped the ball, not only in making a Captain America movie, but a superhero movie in general. We're talking about a hero whose origin story is that he punches Hitler in the face, and that's not good enough for you? No. You rewrite it to where he's a whiny ex-Marine who drives around in a panel van throwing bacon at oil tycoons. The guy throws more pork in this movie than his trademark fucking shield. That's right. Captain America doesn't throw his shield one single time. Well, until the sequel, that is.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I won't believe it.
Okay. There are 12 in-place missiles within that area, 4 mobile missiles. Los Angeles Gold Repository, 92 million currently on deposit. Far West National Emergency Command Center under the San Bernardino Mountains, and the Phoenix International Gold Repository, 1.4 billion in bullion.
And a neutron bomb only kills people. The gold will be intact.
Simon, that's gotta be it.
But why? Brackett is no mad dog killer. He is after something.